Hey everyone, this is BRAINWAVEZ, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a drop in the style of artists like CharlestheFirst. This was a video request from one comment, so make sure to leave a comment if you want any other artist. Let's check out the project file. So as always, this whole project file is available on my Patreon right now, along with a lot of other project files from my past videos. So check the link in the description if you're interested in that. But yeah, let's just get started. The BPM is 80 here. The drums are pretty simple halftime drums. So this in the synths I have like some bass sounds and some other like more melodic, like ethereal sounding synths. So I think I'm gonna start with those first. I have this sample of a Rhodes that I found in my sample library, and I'm using that with a lot of reverb. So this is how it sounds. If I take out the reverb, it sounds like this. Pretty dry, so I'm using like almost 10 seconds of reverb, OTT, delay, and just some EQing to cut some unwanted frequencies. And I'm just doing like a pretty simple melody in there. And then I have this pluck. With a little bit of EQ, and the patch itself. It's a preset of mine that I tweaked. It has two oscillators. First one is the distortion 8-bit FWAP, and the second one is this called colors. The first is 3 octaves up, the second one is 1 octave down, 9 voices and 16 voices in here. Band plus, playing with the level, and a noise generator with the electricity sound. That's how that sounds. It has a master tune modulation. If I go to the matrix, you can check that. Envelope 2 is going to master tune -19 and a lot of decay. Without it, sounds like this. Bipolar mode. And then the envelope 1 for, the movement of the synth is like this. Blocky type of design. Then I enabled hyper dimension, delay, multiband compression, reverb, and a filter. So the filter is being modulated by this first envelope, the cutoff in there, and the other modulations are from this LFO, set to a bar off in here, and just with those parameters in there. So that's for that sound. And then going more into the bass sounds themselves, I got this first bass. So first of all, this is the envelope for the sound, and this basic MCB wave shape. Second oscillator, sine wave, then this filter, cutting a lot of the top end, drive up, a little bit of resonance, then distortion, soft clipping, compression, multiband, filter, once again cutting, and using this third envelope for a little automation in there, and a little bit of reverb. Then on the post-processing, saturation, soft clipping in wave shaper mode. I played a little bit with these parameters that you can see in here. And then EQ, just boosting around 2000. So that's for that sound. Then the second bass, it's this one, which is pretty similar to the first one. Not doing any type of modulation. Now the first oscillator has FM from B, which is something that I forgot to mention on the first one. It's also doing FM from B, around 23%. Then I played with some post-processing. So without the post-processing, erosion, saturation, filtering, and EQ. And you can see that I have some automations in here. They come to play in some sections, like in here that I'm using it to filter the sound a little bit. Also in here, I did some cutoff, some resonance, some drive on the saturation, output as well, and the envelope in the auto filter, just to give that nice evolving sound. Then I have this bass, which I really like, and it's just like the same first bass that I showed, but it has this big modulation on the decay and the reverb. So that's what it making it like ring longer without it, with it. So it's just that the rest is pretty much the same. And then the last sound, which also really like, is this one. I'm using sine wave and a harmonic series. Let me just go in here and mute this. There's a couple of things going on. I have a master tune modulation -10, unipolar mode going to the second envelope. Then I have this second LFO doing a modulation on the FM from B. Harmonic series is at 4 in the wavetable position, 2 octaves up, 7 semitones up, 43 on the level. And the sine wave just has the FM from B. And this filtering here. The drive is really helping some cutoff, resonance. Then distortion, compression, multiband, filter, playing with this other LFO, and the cutoff. A little bit of reverb. Outside of Serum, I put some erosion, saturation, and an EQ boosting the sub. That's how I made that sound. It covers all of the synths. Then I just have some basic, effects in here, like that impact and some vocals with reverb and delay, just to feel more of the spectrum. So that covers all. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. As always, this whole project file is available on my Patreon. Please leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and I hope I see you around.